And we back with it, man.
Yes, we are.
Episode 2, man. We back with it, man.
Another glorious Thursday.
Man. Sir, yes, sir. Y'all know how we do, man. We usually come in, say a little bit about what we've been up to, man, for the past week since we've been gone.
Right.
Just a little touch up, man. This week, kind of easy.
Very easy.
We had us a little trip, man. John's bachelor party, actually. Went out to the casino, WinStar. Yes, sir.
More cheers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, coming up in 2 weeks, actually, right after the 4th of July weekend.
It's going to be hot out there. Still thinking about that.
I know this isn't really what we wanted to start with, but we're gonna work on that because we looked at the weather today and we were thinking like, oh, it's gonna be too hot for people. So,
Nice.
so
I get a little excited.
yeah, if it's over 95, we'll probably be inside.
Oh.
Yeah.
It won't be sweaty. It was sweaty either way, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
But like Eric was saying, man, we had a great weekend. We traveled to Oklahoma to go to the casino, and it was my first time there. And I had a lot of fun because I came home with some money.
It's us and 2 other guys. Shout out to Julius Jose, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Our
So,
guys.
some of us came up. Some of us not too lucky, man. Some of us just didn't even participate.
It's a good group of guys. Yeah, I didn't participate at all. Well, I technically did. I lost $40.
Then the night was done after that.
It's
Man.
not
It was
to be
done.
crazy,
Yeah.
man. I thought it would be like an app, Like I play Clash Royale a lot, so I thought it would be like kind of like that. Nah, you just give your money up and you lose and you're done.
It's a system to it,
Every
man.
realization killed me.
I feel like we definitely figured out a system to what we was doing, man.
Oh, yeah,
well,
me
the ones that started to win, we definitely did. John himself, man, the wedding guy himself, really came up the biggest, honestly.
Yeah, I sat down at the blackjack table and I was there for probably 2.5 hours.
Just tearing ass up, man.
Yeah,
Just killed it out there.
yeah. Can't wait to go back.
I bet.
I won a little bit on the slot machines. That was where I figured out a little something, man. But we figured out we'll go back. We definitely gonna make that a trip. Hour and a half up the road, man. That ain't nothing, man.
Easy.
So it ain't nothing to go ahead and go up there.
Before that.
Oh, that buffet, man.
We gotta mention the buffet.
We wouldn't be us if we didn't mention the buffet.
Just
I didn't
give
even
you a
want to
little-
go to the buffet.
Yeah, right.
Actually, I was more excited for the trip there.
The guy that brought up the
Buc-ee's.
buffet didn't want to go to the buffet.
Yeah, when we went to Buc-ee's, I made it a goal of mine to make sure I get a brisket sandwich. I got a 3-meat brisket sandwich. And then I got some jerky.
Just to go to the buffet right after.
And then, well, in my defense, I wouldn't even eat that much of the buffet.
He didn't want to go to the buffet in his defense. He
I
didn't even
understand
want to go to
it.
the
I didn't know.
buffet.
I didn't know. I thought we were gonna do it like in between the gambling, like hey, we're gonna.
Another
When
point.
we get hungry, we go to
Another-
the buffet, come back, we gamble more.
Another point of David not listening to us, because we made that a point that we was hungry, and that was the first thing we was gonna do was stop at the buffet,
Right.
just for David to be lost. As
once
soon as we
you're-
get there, we're going to the buffet now. Yes, we're going to the buffet.
But once you're at Buc-ee's, you just get lost and you see all the burgers.
I mean, that's part of the reason why we probably shouldn't have stopped. I mean,
No, it was fun. It was worth
it
it.
was a good pit stop.
It was fun. I liked it. I enjoyed everything. I enjoyed every part of it.
There's one thing that I would say.
The worst part was the smell.
That was the worst part for
You
you?
don't think so?
Thought I was gonna die driving with Jose.
It was like Chernobyl out there.
Jose would not focus, man.
Oh yeah, Jose.
Did y'all not feel the way the car was swaying?
On the way back, definitely.
Yeah.
And then the phone and then just the traffic and all
I
that.
was
You're definitely
like-
on the way back.
I was like, the speed is good, but you almost hit that car.
To be fair, like I've never been on that road. I've never been over there, so like everything was new.
It
So.
was mostly through Carrollton because that's when they had all the
Construction?
yeah.
Straight up north.
But yeah, I was surprised how straight of a shot that was, considering.
It was actually a very quick
Yeah,
trip.
it was very fast.
Besides Buc-ee's,
I would
because
say if
think
you
those are-
putting in stopping
Buc-ee's added 30 minutes easy.
easily, 30
That was fun.
minutes.
Yeah, just catching up with
Yeah.
our 2 other pals.
Yeah.
We're all high school friends.
And hopefully we can, do something like that again. We hopefully trying to plan something again for you guys' birthday.
Yeah.
That's the goal. Y'all know how friend group trips can be though. Get everything organized and everybody on the same page.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But for sure.
We got some stuff in the works. So
definitely make something happen.
We'll keep you guys updated as we get closer to that. But
For sure. But yeah, that was our week, man. Hit the casino, man. It's a nice little run. Like we said, some won, some lost. But we definitely gonna try again for sure. For sure.
Just watching. That's okay. Sometimes
Yeah.
good watch.
Yes, sir.
that's how you learn.
So I guess we ready to jump into the podcast, man. Officially jump into this month.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, sir. So I got an interesting story, man. Just
got?
more on a serious topic. I know a lot of our stuff is kind of lighthearted and just kind of, but we do bring you all different type of stuff. So
Okay.
it's more of a serious topic. It's come to like renting. I know we got a lot of people out here that knows a little something about renting. I know in our group we got one that's actively know a little something about renting.
Yeah.
Or about to get right back into it because I know we both renting.
Yeah.
But he's about to get right back into it, about to jump back into that field. So we got a couple of things to watch out for. One that'll get into renting sometime soon.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes, man.
Well, maybe you got some opinions on it
Hey,
for when that time comes.
I am satisfied.
So supposedly, they said the federal agencies filed a joint legal brief. Something about the landlords are colluding on specific rental sites like Rent Maximize or rental.com and things like that. And they're agreeing to use the same sites and are agreeing to put it at a certain price for, like, say, a 1-bedroom. Traditionally, it's supposed to be maybe $1,000, maybe.
Yeah.
But they are colluding to put it in at $1,300, pretty much. And they'll have like 80 bedrooms in their apartments, but they only post 20 available. Type to make it look like limited space. These are getting sold out, whatever. So once they fill up, they start to slowly matriculate back in and add some more apartments in, raise the price a little bit here and there. They call it price gouging and just colluding.
Right.
So they said that they kind of been doing it under the radar as the past few years, and I guess definitely contributing to inflation and all of that.
Yeah.
But they finally done caught up with it, or so they say. You know, you never really can trust the government regardless. But that's a little off topic. But so they say they caught up to it, and they got a action lawsuit against it actually. So what are y'all thoughts on that? I know we kind of felt this was happening regardless, but we just didn't know how they were doing it, what they were doing it. So the fact that they are actually, like, landlords are getting together and saying, oh, we're gonna put our 1-bedrooms at $1,300-$1,400 when they really worth $900 to $1,000 type of deal, and really just screwing over motherfuckers, really left and right, honestly.
That in and of itself is crazy, and just by your context about it, it seems like this is something that occurred probably around the time COVID struck.
More than likely.
And if that's the case, it's been 4 years.
Everybody just taking advantage still.
So as a renter, I would say that one, it doesn't surprise me, and two, I wonder how far it's actually reached, because I know when we talk, like, on the side in our group, you said it like originated in Atlanta, or maybe like the FBI is investigating in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, I'm wondering, like, how far from the East Coast has it gone to the West Coast, if it has?
It has to be like a national thing at this point.
Yeah.
At this point, it has to raise enough concern to where for the federal government to take a look at it. It has to raise enough flags for everybody to kind of see what's going on. Because, man, just imagine if they can actually, like, solve something in that and get prices to come back down in a renting world of it.
But how do you? It seems like reparations would be in order for people that rented during that time period, like places that were affected. You would think.
How would that even be possible? Like, as far as reparations goes, you have to go back to, like, your old apartment complex and ask. But they're not going to find you, I bet.
I don't think you could.
I don't think it would be like a reparations thing. I think it'd be more of like from this point forward type shit. You know what I'm saying? Or more like strict on landlord's side of things.
That makes the most.
Maybe evaluating they shit more, and maybe taking it through further steps to getting them to be more legitimate about prices they put out.
In reality, like, I'm not surprised about collusion. Like, it makes the most sense, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially when people are at their weakest, and then the prices of renting right now is kind of insane. as far as someone that doesn't rent, that's not me. I'm just with my parents. So that's
but for the rest of you out there.
Yeah, for everyone else is renting, I can't share on that financial woe. But I could understand like the difficulty in having to balance that with every other bill you may be balancing. So it makes sense. Big people usually just step over the little people. Usually, it's kind of the reality of life, and if you can take advantage with it, that's what they're doing most of the time. Not everyone, I'd imagine, but
everything's corrupt,
really
honestly, man.
Yeah, like that's the thing that does not shock me. Like, collusion's collusion. Like they have that much power over like if they had like 80 units, like you said, and they were only renting out like 20 of them, and they were just saying like, oh, these people are renting them out, we're gonna raise the prices. Now one unit is worth like 2.5 or 2 units.
Right.
Yeah. It makes the most sense they're gonna take advantage of that. Like, why would they not? Especially if it's a corporation and it can't track back to any single individual.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like,
just imagine making enough profit on just 20 units,
yeah,
knowing you got what 60 more
yeah.
left ready to unleash, to let go.
It just comes down to ethics.
Coming
and
up
morals,
off of
man.
it.
It comes down to ethics.
Yeah, but no one has that anymore. No one who makes the rules has that, I should say.
I mean, that's the reality. It's just sad, but business is business at the end of the day.
Man.
I'm not for it, but if someone's doing it, I guess I understand. I guess, but I wouldn't do it personally. But again, I'm not wealthy.
Yeah, like you said, it's business is business. It's a way of monopolizing shit when you're not supposed to. So it's a good thing they caught up to him, man.
So I have a couple of questions in that regard, and I think David mentioned it a minute ago about is there a collection of individuals that they're targeting? Is there a company that they're targeting?
No, it's more of the sites that they were targeting, and the landlords that use the sites. They pretty much figured that 90% of them are using the same sites 90%. and agreeing on prices to set and how they gonna do that pretty much. So that's what caught them up.
Yeah, but with that, I'd imagine they're not specific individuals. If you're on however many units, more than one or two, I'd imagine that you're under some sort of LLC or some business bureau type deal, something that involves a good name.
I have a question for y'all. I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's would y'all say that from COVID to now that we're in some kind of a recession?
I don't know about finance. I'd imagine. The prices itself.
Okay, let me ask it a different way then. Yeah. Would you say due to COVID and the price hike and just purchasing homes, renting homes and stuff like that, obviously when things rise, at some point they're going to have to crash. Do y'all think because this has been such a steady rise over the last 4 years, this is the reason the FBI has looked into it?
Definitely, that's one of the reasons they looked into it. They said it's up 20%. The rent is up 20%.
There's no sign of a fall.
In the last 5 years, it's crazy. That's ridiculous, man. Shouldn't even be.
From what I've seen on social media, when I'm scrolling around on TikTok and Instagram, obviously we've all seen those eye catchers of people buying homes and stuff, or people trying to give you financial advice. Everyone's seen that.
Yeah.
As far as maybe real estate agents saying this is the best time to buy, it's never gonna get better than this because 5 years from now this is gonna be you're gonna miss out on this opportunity, you're gonna wish you had it. It's just something that it's just seeing in the future that far, it's complicated.
Yeah.
Obviously that's how you become wealthy. You make the risks now, and so maybe it's gonna pay off later on. So that's the reality that we live in. But that's up to the individual at the end of the day. You take that risk, that's on you, and then hopefully you benefit financially. But as far as is it gonna go down or is it gonna stay consistent? Who knows? I'm not a finance guru. I wish I was, but if I was, man, I would have maneuvered through everything at this point. But I'm not.
Has that article talked about people's reactions to finding out that this investigation is happening?
No, this is more just an in general article just about what's going on and what's happening, and pretty much just first steps of them figuring out what's going on. Pretty much, just letting us know that they know pretty much. They figured it out, and they say they taking steps pretty much.
Okay,
but that's what that is. With that was one of the serious topics. We bring every now and then.
Sure.
We're gonna start bringing it around because this episode.
Yeah, that's something interesting.
We're gonna have moments,
Sure.
segments.
What we say we was jumping into next?
Yeah, so the next
Another
thing is
thing.
more lighthearted and more my cup of tea. Is the wrestling, man. I love the WWE. I love wrestling.
Yeah, trust me, we know.
Oh yeah, and it's never gonna leave. It's always gonna be a thing.
Yeah, that whole wall behind them is going to be filled with stuff eventually.
I have some like pops, posters, some action figures, but as far as WWE goes, big news has been out. This is relatively, it's not relative. It's relatively new, but it's been news that's been known.
It's been confirmed. It's been confirmed now.
It's been confirmed, but no, it has been out, the news itself. But they got more relevance from the Pat McAfee show because CM Punk was on there.
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about, the Monday Night Raw moving to Netflix. So that alone is going to be something pretty big for WWE, considering their streaming site right now is Peacock, and the Monday Night Raw shows up on USA Network.
Yeah. Netflix.
So really, it's just how it's going to benefit, like Monday Night Raw.
It's gonna be a lot more uncensored, and because I know Netflix is a lot more of just letting free, just they can do whatever they want on Netflix.
We've all seen the shows.
Okay. So as a person who just doesn't keep up with wrestling all that much, does that mean it's more accessible than it was before?
It's going to be interesting, honestly, because people don't have cable.
Okay.
So, like, USA was one of those channels where if you needed cable to actually watch.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be more accessible. Usually, Monday Night Raw, ever since, like, its peak after Mania, usually hits, like, 1.8 million viewers.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's kind of a good amount right now as far as, like, some that's strictly on cable. And it's not really on streaming services till, like, after 11. But, yeah, the biggest thing, it's going to be accessible. It's going to move to a 2-hour show instead of a 3-hour show.
Really?
No more PG guidelines. Supposedly commercial free. So maybe there might be ads, I'd imagine, to some extent, but supposedly commercial free.
I mean, Netflix doesn't have.
I'm gonna say, I don't think Netflix has
But
ads.
it's like Monday Night Raw. They have their own person. WWE has their own personal brands, like C4.
They says ad free though, right?
It says no ads for premium. That's what I got. So hopefully that's the case, but who knows? They change
Marketing might be different because they would have to like show stuff within the matches and things like that.
Who knows? But things like that. But the biggest thing, which is going to be like the no PG guidelines. That's huge.
Right.
Because prior to this, maybe
it could be
like the start of like 2013, 2014. That was considered the PG era.
Yeah.
So like a lot of kid friendly stuff.
No, I feel like the biggest thing is maybe to make it be more believable now. Because that's the whole goal, is for it to be believable. Not the fake bullshit that they've been doing lately. I mean, we all know it's fake. But it's just more of just making it more realistic. We want it to be more believable. We want the stories. We want it to actually feel like they hate each other. Not that they just read lines and practice this. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's been feeling
Why
like.
You look
though.
so surprised.
Yeah, I'm very surprised.
That's what it's been feeling like, honestly.
You're just so enveloped in the story, you don't even
I love
realize.
wrestling, man. It's a dramatic play. It's a live action dramatic play.
See what I'm saying? People that explain it like that, they don't care that it looks realistic or not. You just like wrestling. But just like really liking wrestling, I wanted to really look
if you watch, like,
realistic.
Real wrestling, like backyard wrestling, like cage matches and street fights.
It's not the same.
It's
not the same. That's not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about. We want the real aspect of people real life having arguments, having real life problems, and then real life fighting it out like they would in the streets. That's what that wrestling is. That's what WWE is. That's them having real life problems. We've had in the past, man. We've seen Edge and them fight over Lita and all of that. We've seen that. That's real life problems, and then they got in the ring and fought about it. They made it believable.
That was so bad.
But I'm saying they can go back to doing stuff like that. It wasn't bad. That's what made it good. What are you talking about?
It should have never been on TV. That was a real life problem.
But I'm saying that was what made WWE good back then. They can never do that right now on US.
All the time. You have problems with your
Oh my God, that's what made it good back then. What do you mean? See, people like that. That's why wrestling became boring, because people like y'all supported that bullshit, man. No, we want the raunchy, the ratchetness, man. That's what we want. That's what makes it good. A lot of people. What do you mean? People stop watching wrestling. What are you talking about?
I like that, man.
Yeah, of course. But the people,
the freaks.
There's a lot of people that like that stopped watching wrestling after this real shit left. It just became bullshit.
It's still good, right?
It's not the same.
Good story. What is stuff you you watch on TV right now?
So wait. Before we get
So you
into
trying to
that,
compare it to something else, but we talking about WWE. We're not comparing it to nothing else. We're talking about WWE and what they're
There's
selling.
nothing else like wrestling.
There's nothing else like wrestling, exactly. So what wrestling was, it should always be, and they've changed it, and it's become so watered down. It's like nobody wants to watch this shit. So bring it to Netflix and give it that boost
Well, yeah,
back.
now you're gonna have that ability. Hopefully,
Exactly.
hopefully they go
That's
back
all
to
I've
live
ever been
sections
saying,
like
honestly.
Edge and Toledo. Who knows?
You see how we get back to the same? We gotta go in a circle with it, man. Just,
No.
well, David, what's something that you would say to a non-wrestling fan to get them to at least take a look?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is it's gonna be on Netflix. So who doesn't have Netflix these days?
yeah,
I mean, it's not gonna hurt no one to actually take a look. You know?
that alone. Oh God, that
is gonna
alone.
get a lot of viewers.
Just it being
Yeah, just because you'll be
accessible.
scrolling and you'll see it and be like, oh, let's see what it's talking
It's
about.
live, you know?
Or, you know, I'm pretty sure there's going to be hella, it's social media era now. I'm pretty sure there's going to be hella reels and clips that'll be like, oh, this happened on Netflix. And now everybody going to be like, oh, shit, let me go see what the fuck that's talking about now.
There's gonna be a lot of eyes on it. Okay.
It's going to be some
That's gonna be like
moments.
So just the acquisition in general is just what makes it go from, I guess, here to here.
It do seem genius, honestly. It do seem like it was
Good idea.
like it was a win-win,
I mean,
honestly.
Netflix has been up recently, man.
So I could only imagine it's only gonna trend forward. You know, especially with like the.
Uh,
But other than the younger audience, the older audience, they need to hit like the.
y'all know what
that
Netflix?
22 to like 30 mark, because
Yeah.
you know those people just aren't watching as much.
Yeah, you get a little bit of
It's
everything
younger
with that.
audience.
Yeah, you get a little bit of everything.
So now that you just scroll on Netflix, you see that you're gonna be accessible to a lot of people.
That's crazy. I know where Netflix has come from, man. It used to be like a little Red Box, pretty much.
It was
wasn't
that thing
Yeah,
outside
yeah.
like the CVS and Walgreens. You
That's
just
what
rent movies, bring it
Redbox
back.
is now, but that's what Netflix used to be type
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, that's crazy, man.
If only Blockbuster could have just got with
Check
the
it out.
times, man. Because we watched history disappear right before our eyes.
And Blockbuster was amazing. I still have some of the DVDs cases.
So you're the reason they went out of business.
Probably. I have like a Stuart Little one.
Yeah.
I was a child.
Yeah, I used to have a box of them VHS tapes, man. Mom ended up giving them away to our little
I still
cousin.
remember it, man.
It's crazy.
I still remember walking through the Blockbuster. But nonetheless, yeah, WWE is gonna be more interesting and it's gonna
Yeah.
appeal to the masses.
Yeah.
It's
It's gonna be lit. We'll see. I know we said we want to talk about one more thing before we cut to a quick break, man.
Sure.
What was it? What was we said? Because I know, David, you and your notes, man, you got them put up, don't you?
My notes, man.
Come on, man. You the one that had the notes. What was it? I know it was Bronny, I believe, the NBA draft, right?
Okay,
We're gonna run through the NBA draft that's going on yesterday night and tonight.
Well, it happened barely when we started. It
Yeah.
happened-
Now this is second round though. I was talking about, first round happened yesterday.
Yeah.
And second round tonight. First round, just a little local news, man, real quick. What was it? What was his name? Ron Holland?
Yeah, congratulations to him, man.
Yes, sir. Out of Duncanville, man.
Congratulations, man.
5th overall in the first round, man, to Detroit Pistons, man. That's crazy.
I hate the team that he went to, but
And you said he played G League. He didn't play no type of college or nothing, huh? Just straight G
I
League.
don't think that's what it says here. It says that he played for Ignite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
American basketball player for the Detroit Pistons. He was a consensus number.
It's not like you just come out of high school and go.
I was
straight
finna
to
say, I've heard about
That's
players
what happened to.
kind of taking that route.
That's who Scoot Henderson had did that like a couple years back,
Yeah.
or last year maybe.
Yeah, he graduated in 2023.
Yeah.
Then he spent his entire year NBA G League for the Ignite.
He must have been nice over there in the G League, man.
I mean, he kind of has to be 6'8", 206.
What position is that? I don't know too much about basketball.
Small forward, and they have him listed as small forward / power forward.
Damn. He's going to be nice.
I don't think he'll play power in the league, but maybe.
And
it's a smaller
6'8"?
league now.
6'8" is a nice size, though.
No, it is a good size, but he needs to put on more weight.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely little. He's little, yeah. But, yeah, he
Anyways.
definitely a monster, man. We'll
Good
see.
on him, man. Like I don't keep up with high school basketball, and I haven't kept up with, since we're all alumni from Duncanville. I haven't kept up with Duncanville sports in general besides football.
Shame on you. You got to go to the championships games, man.
I ain't got any of those.
This last one was incredible.
I bet it was.
But I know that's not where we're at with it. We did mention Bronny James a second ago, and we're watching history
That's
in the
big
making.
news right now,
Yeah,
man.
that's big news, man.
Yeah, man, it's all different type of feelings out there about that one, though, man. It's crazy because it's like, man, if we go back and watch clips of Bronny James,
Yeah.
not a second round talent. Man. He's not.
Hell no.
There was reports coming out about Rich Paul pretty much telling all the teams do not take Bronny James or he's gonna go to Australia, pretty much.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So like it's like, come on, man, like what? So yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean,
That's
he's had that correct me if I'm wrong, but he had that open heart surgery right
Yes.
prior to the season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously he's not going to be a first round talent after going to something like that. You know, like I understand. Like he's not.
Was
gonna
he
play.
ever a first round
I
talent
mean, who
though?
knows? We don't know. But like the fact that.
I think there are a lot of things here in play.
Go ahead.
Mostly like it's kind of like the Taylor Swift effect, but for the NBA.
Okay.
Because the Lakers are not only going to be able to market the father and son deal, but the LeBron and Bronny father and son deal, while also being the Lakers. Like that's just gonna they're essentially creating a movie more so than it is for a move to improve the franchise.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
I mean, no disrespect to the rest of the draft. You know, like we don't. Like I wasn't keeping up with it, most of the guys that got drafted, but you know this seemed like the biggest thing at the time because it's like the first father and son duo was gonna be playing together.
yeah. And honestly,
So
the only reason it matters is because of whose son it is.
Yeah, LeBron. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you
She's
saw
sad,
the video.
man.
He posted a video when he got drafted.
Okay.
He just seemed like so.
She's so
Bronny himself. He just seemed like so.
It seems like
I would say uninterested in a sense. Like,
it's just another
like, you know what's gonna
accolade.
happen.
It's another accolade for LeBron, man. It's
Yeah, it
nothing for
really is.
Bronny. Like this does nothing for Bronny.
Yeah, it doesn't even feel like it's for Bronny.
It does
But
nothing
I'm
for
not
him.
hating on. I mean, obviously you do it. That's your son, you know.
Yeah.
Like if you can do whatever you do. Whatever you
Nah,
want, you know, do
I
whatever
don't
you
think
want.
Jordan would do that. It's another reason Jordan is better than LeBron. I don't think
Okay.
Jordan would do that. I don't think Jordan would do that. Jordan
that's
would
a
make
debate
his
for
mother.
another day.
Jordan would make his son figure it out. He make him earn that shit.
You're not good enough. Don't play.
I'm not making no moves for you to be in the NFL, NBA.
I don't know, man.
Ridiculous.
Honestly, I can see that too.
His son took his backup guy's wife, so
Got that killer in him too, man.
hey, but that's a story for another day, man.
But yeah, I don't know, man. Then there's other aspects to it, like what happens to Bronny when LeBron retires.
That was actually
Or-
going to be my second point. Was like it does one of two things. It either helps him build his career so he can become his own player, or
Yeah.
he has to live in his father's shadow because of this moment.
I see the lie. That's going to either fuck around and ruin him mentally, or it's going to be one of them things, because you know LeBron wants to own an NBA team anyway. He owns the NBA team. His son has a guaranteed spot regardless. Yeah,
Both of his sons.
probably both his sons,
But
honestly.
the other one's probably gonna be better, you know.
I see
He has
his
the
clips
size.
look a lot
What's
better.
What's his name?
Bryce.
His clips look a lot
Big,
better.
dude. He's big.
He's
like
nice.
6'8". He's almost taller than
Handles
LeBron.
like crazy.
Yeah, that guy's gonna be great. But Bronny, I mean, man, it
What
sucks.
What would you say his NBA comparison is?
Ooh.
He's small.
Bronny.
man. He's small, and I heard his handles aren't great, so he's not really the traditional guard.
Yeah.
He's gonna play shooting guard because of his height. He's like 6'2", 6'3". But they said he's 6 foot without like shoes on. So it's like, I mean, I haven't, besides his shooting, which he said, which was the combine report said like, you know, he had a slow shot, like slow release.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really translate well to the NBA. But he was consistent. I mean, we've probably seen the clips too.
I see a lot of clips of him coming in, of him just getting embarrassed or something in the league, man.
man, that
I can
sucks.
see that happening.
Man, I'm thinking
They're gonna
like,
pick on him because that's Bronny. That's LeBron's son. Like,
peak, like at his best, maybe. I mean, they said his defense is good too. I was gonna say like maybe he could be like an OJ Mayo, like
You
type
know,
of
it's fun.
vibe.
It's funny that you say that because I was
he's a
thinking on the
smaller
same.
guard, you know.
Yeah.
But like,
I think his defense is what's going to help him excel.
but I've heard his defense is like the main thing. So I'm guessing like a Marcus Smart, like that would probably be his best
Interesting
comparison.
comparison.
If he's like that, Marcus Smart's a dog though. That's different. I don't know how Bronny is. You didn't really see his full
Marcus Smart,
potential.
wasn't he like defensive player of the year a couple times?
Yeah, in college.
Oh, in
And then
college?
in the league.
I've been
yeah.
saying NBA.
Yeah, when he was at OSU, so like
I've just never seen any type of clip of like just Bronny just being that
but
guy.
that's like I imagine at his peak, and I don't even think he's gonna get minutes this year. If anything, he's probably just there to be on the Lakers.
He got it. No, he definitely get minutes.
I don't think he's gonna get
LeBron
minutes,
is the
man.
coach of the Lakers, man.
Because the funny thing is they drafted a guard also, like in the first round. I forgot his name, Dillinghall or something like that. I don't know.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah.
Like
No,
even
no,
his
it's the
draft
night,
photos,
something like that. It's the night, something like that.
it's
I
crazy.
should have checked prior, but yeah, I heard he's really good. I mean, he's gonna be the guard for the Lakers. I imagine he's gonna play some sort of role.
That pick doesn't help that roster
It's wild.
because once the LeBron era is over, I don't see Bronny being anything better than a free agent pickup.
Definitely a marketing move.
Don't be like Giannis,
We're
brother.
gonna see Nike commercials. see
Oh
some
yeah,
Gatorade
that's a
commercials
good
real
comparison
soon.
there. Thanasis.
Just like Giannis, brother.
At least
He's just
it's
kinda,
different,
he's
though.
just
At
there
least
for
Thanasis
Giannis.
has size.
Because that's his brother, and then
He's only there for
at least he's
Giannis.
big, at least he's.
But I'm
right?
saying his only spot there is only because of Giannis. That's
at least
literally
he's
it.
Big. Like do something with that. You can't. One thing you can't coach and teach the size.
Yeah.
If you're 6'9", like
But it's a lot of 6'9" people walking out in the world and they don't play sports.
is there a lot? I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
But 6'9" person you see.
it's more than you think, David.
I'd imagine, but like I'm not around.
I think they all playing basketball already.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, like, I mean, yeah, Ronnie's not. I don't know. Hopefully everything turns out well. Hopefully I'm wrong. You know, hopefully it's like a second coming of.
I would love to see him have a successful career, but just everything surrounding it does not speak to him being able to develop a career on his own.
I can see him.
He'll always be LeBron's son.
Yeah, Bryce is gonna be that guy. I can see Bronny being like what's the third brother name of the ball? Is it Angelo? Yeah, him. I can see Bronny being that type, man. That's so you do, but I mean, somebody got to be that guy. They all not gonna be just cold.
Remember when they were the talk of the league? That was incredible.
Their dad was the talk of the league.
That was an incredible time,
Lonzo,
man.
man, he hurt his leg, and then LaMelo's always hurt.
Lonzo's gonna be nice, and yeah, LaMelo.
LaMelo's amazing.
He just little. He little.
LaMelo?
He's little, man. Like just
like
brawny, like scrawny.
That's
I
how he
mean,
plays, you know. That's the way he plays.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But he nice. He got skill, man. It's
it's gonna be
crazy.
fun to see
Skill.
those oops though, James to James.
Man.
You think that's gonna happen?
It's not happening.
That's happened one time.
It's not
He's
happening.
definitely throwing an oop to his dad.
They're gonna do like
He's
a,
not
Oh,
catching
he
it.
oop to his dad.
Yeah, he's not
Okay, yeah.
catching
Y'all finna say that.
But he's gonna throw it to his dad.
so what if he comes off the bench one day and he just goes out there for like 30?
Dude, I mean, I'm
Bro.
not be wrong.
LeBron James gonna be pushing for this man, even if he's coming off the bench, but he's gonna get at least 10 minutes a
Don't get me
game.
wrong, I want him
He's
to
at least
succeed.
getting 10
I
minutes a
like
game.
LeBron.
He's at least getting 10 minutes a game.
They're
Put my
not gonna
son,
win
put
games.
Bronny in there. I can hear LeBron's name. I can hear him now. Put Bronny in there. Get Bronny back in there.
Think of the guards in the roster besides the guy they drafted. So they have Russell.
I think Russell's gone.
Is he? I don't even know.
No, he's there, but I think they move on from
Oh,
him.
probably. Russell seems like a
Is Austin Reeves? Would you consider him a guard or a forward?
Austin Reeves, right? No, it's a guard. That's a shooting guard.
Okay, because I know they
I like
have,
Austin. He got paid last offseason, didn't he? I remember
yes,
they had a choice to.
yeah, it was like a 2 year 65.
So for sure he's won another year. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know who the other guards are.
But it's definitely a good role to fill in as far as like a guard because that's what they're really missing a big, honestly. Besides,
Why?
probably a center. They need a center.
They have Davis and Rui.
Hachimura?
Yeah.
It's like a 3, if anything.
Yeah.
Davis doesn't like playing the 5. He's a natural 4. He's not a 4.
No, he's always hurt anyway. He might as well.
He is always
Never mind. That's
I mean, I like, he played, surprisingly enough, he played a lot of games this year. He played like a whole season almost. That's impressive for Anthony Davis.
we'll save that conversation for later. Because I have my thoughts about Anthony Davis, but kind of up the Stephen A. Smith train when it comes to that.
So I guess we ready for a break, huh?
Yeah, I think it's
All
a
right,
good
break.
time for one. We're 30 minutes in.
We're gonna come back with some NFL talk, man, and end out that podcast. But yeah, we're gonna head into a break, man. We'll see y'all back in a couple of minutes, man.
All right, guys. We'll be right back.
back at it, man.
Yes, we are.
Yes, sir. Like we promised, man, we coming back with that NFL talking, man. I know that's what we more versed in anyway. So have some interesting conversations when it comes to this. Like we said last week, we doing a new thing where we gonna talk about a new division every week. And we talked about NFC East last week with the beloved Cowboys and the hated Eagles. But beloved to David.
Love the Eagles. You got our little signs now. Something
Yeah.
wall,
We didn't even know. We didn't even recognize
Man, in case
our
we
new
didn't
decorations.
I know we didn't talk about that yet, but we're gonna recognize what we're putting up there.
Yeah.
And then one of the things I brought was my little wooden Eagles banner. You know, it's wooden and it has a little Eagles sign as a stadium, and then it has like a little Eagles sign.
I
Tainting the wall a
guarantee
little bit.
No one watching cares.
And then they have that.
Hey, understand where you're at right now.
Yeah. Hey,
You're in
see,
Dallas.
I got on the colors,
But look
man.
how
Hey,
clean
man.
that looks.
Dallas, Texas, man. That's where
Look
you at.
at that.
Hey, man. So, yeah, like we said, we talked about NFCs last week. We're going to go into the AFC East this week, man.
Yep.
Y'all know Patriots, Bills, Dolphins, Jets. You know, that division's had some history, man. From Tom Brady winning, 6 or 7 Super Bowls? How many was it?
7, 6?
I think it's 6 because he got 7 with Tampa Bay.
6 and 8 appearances. Because he
Yeah.
lost 2 times to Eli.
Yeah, and they kind of shifting the vibe over there. You got some other upcoming teams. Dolphins doing a little thing. Bills, they doing their thing. And Jets, of course, we're going to get into that. We're going to start out with their draft picks, man. We're going to go over the draft picks and kind of what they did to get in the draft. Let's see. We start out with the Patriots, man. The Patriots. Of course, they took QB Drake May,
Yeah.
first round.
I was getting ready to say it. Is everybody who watches football or follows football or knows anything about football might know.
Yeah.
The Patriots have been in QB hell for a long time. For a long time. You know, and I think they might have found their hero in Drake May. Do I think he's NFL ready? No. I don't think he's NFL ready. Do I think that he'll be a lot better than what they've had in the past? Yes. I do think that. I do think he'll be significantly better than Mac Jones. I think he'll be better than, what was the guy's name that came out and did very well fantasy wise that 1 or 2 week stretch? Zappy, Bailey Zappy. Yeah, he'll be better than him. You know, he just has the natural talent to come in and be a NFL quarterback that's better than Mac Jones.
Got Joe Milton from Tennessee too, also actually. Like 6th round, 7th round.
I don't know.
That's
That's more of a depth draft pick.
what does he play?
Joe
QB.
Milton, QB, Tennessee.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, he was kind of nice though. He was kind of nice. Yeah,
Strong arm.
he's just not NFL ready, but he has the athleticism. Yeah.
Yeah, he was certainly a depth pick because they got rid of Mac Jones. Mac Jones doesn't play for the Patriots anymore.
Plays the Jaguars, no?
I think so. Yes. So them getting Milton was just more so of having 2 young quarterbacks to fill the roster out at that
I
position.
remember seeing something on Instagram saying that that's comparable to when they were the Redskins, what they did with Kirk Cousins and RG3.
Interesting.
I thought it was a funny comparison, but yeah.
Interesting.
And they got Washington's receiver in the 2nd round, Jalen Pope. No, he was nice coming out of Washington. It was a national championship.
Washington State? That's
Washington. Washington. It was
Yeah.
wasn't Washington in what was it, Alabama or Georgia?
Yeah.
Which one was it in the college football
got
playoff?
blew out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Washington got blew out, but they
think it was
made it. It
Georgia.
was in the national championships, man. Are you trying
it
to take
was
away from that? I'm just saying, like, come on now.
I mean, NFL wise, I think they got much needed positions, but you got 2 positions that they're gonna have to carry the offense, so to speak, because
Patriots.
yeah,
And a new head coach,
yeah,
Gerard Mayo.
That's the craziest thing.
there's just too much that's new going on with the franchise, and I just
No Belichick? That's
Belichick,
that's
man.
insane. So that's really what's going to be the craziest thing this year and see how that progresses.
yeah,
Because, who knows? Maybe Drake May would have been something, first year.
I think
Who knows how he would have progressed with Belichick?
I think
I don't know.
Belichick would've
Belichick's not a
studied his growth.
QB guru though. He's a defensive guy. You know.
Yeah. Because if that was the case, then Mac Jones would have excelled with Belichick.
Mac Jones is Mac Jones.
So Bills, let's talk over the Bills, and of course everybody knows wide receiver they took in the 2nd round because they didn't have a 1st round pick. Look like 2nd round they took wide receiver Keon Coleman. You know, he's replacing. He got a lot of shoes to fill.
He does.
Davis gone. Stiggs is gone.
Jags, Houston.
Yeah, man. So it's like, man, he's stepping in. He's expected to be that guy off the rip, man.
I think he will be, honestly. His personality to me is what is most impressive about him. Why are you laughing?
I've seen those clips of like was it Chad Ochocinco, and then Shannon started talking about his aura. His aura is crazy.
I mean, it really is though. Like,
But does he have like that confident swagger type of deal?
yeah,
That's what he got?
yeah. He kind of acts like if Joe Burrow was a receiver. That's how he acts.
Really?
Yeah,
He's
very.
talking about his jacket. He got it
Yeah,
from
very
Macy's.
cool, reserved, calm, and collected. But he's unapologetic. He's unapologetically himself.
Yeah, I've seen you say that jacket. I've seen everybody whenever they like paint him or they put up the picture of him.
Yeah.
It's like this yellow puff jacket or something like
He's
that.
talking about he got it from Macy's.
You got it from
That's
Macy's.
what he's talking about in the conference.
You know, and that's something that's relatable to a lot of people who watch the NFL. You know, because there's not a lot of people that go out and buy the chains and clothes that some of the other players do, but there are people who shop at Macy's. Yeah. You know, and that's what makes him likable. Now, as far as his on the field talent, that remains to be seen how he'll be able to gel with Josh Allen. Do I think the Bills are still going to be playoff contenders? Yes. Do I think they'll be nearly as good as they've been in the past? No, because you're putting Josh Allen on a pedestal that forces him to be the team, offensively at least. Because defensively, they're good. They've lost a couple of people. They lost Poyer, right?
Yeah.
One of the safeties. They either lost Poyer or the other one.
I mean, honestly, it's taking us back to Josh Allen rookie year. Josh Allen before Diggs was there, before Davis was there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what Josh Allen. He got to go back to doing what he do,
Yeah.
and he kind of takes over game because he's that dual threat big QB. I mean, he got the big arm and he's a big body, so it's like, hey, he's mobile with it too.
Right.
I feel like he got it. He can do that. He can take over a game.
But at some point, don't the years catch up to you though?
Yeah, that's
They do. They do.
Years are passing.
But he's still younger. He's still a younger
Yeah,
guy.
but that's not. You overwork your QB, bad things happen. That's just what we've seen in history. We don't want to see that happen again because he's too good of a talent, realistically.
Yeah, I agree.
He's gonna miss Diggs.
Because Diggs, if nothing else, Diggs was a guaranteed third down conversion.
Yeah.
Touchdown when you needed it.
Offensively, but he's really gonna miss him, just in coverage. Like,
You know who I think plays a huge role as far as the, come up for the Bills offense? James Cook.
oh yeah,
I think James Cook has a fantastic year this year because of the absence of Diggs and Davis.
that's a
good brother, ain't it?
Yeah. Of Dalvin Cook.
He did well in his role. He didn't got a lot of touchdowns, but
I'm gonna say, man, I feel like people just say it because it's his name, that Cook name. His brother carried that, man. His brother.
I mean, I
carried
agree.
that.
I don't think you're wrong, but I mean,
he's a sharing the backfield type of back, man. I don't see him as carrying the load, but we'll see, huh?
yeah, because they got rid of.
Because
Singletary.
well, I don't know. I would have to see.
He has
I know they got some.
snap in 3 seasons.
Really?
That guy.
Who was the running back last year for the?
I think it was
The
Singletary.
Bills had a few running backs last
Singletary
year.
was in the Texans.
There's a few running
Last
backs.
season?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see. You can look that up real
I
quick.
thought
They got a running back in
Damian Pierce
the
was the
fourth
Texans.
round this year too.
And he was taking reps. You don't remember that? He was taking a lot of reps from Damian Pierce.
So who was their second back then?
So I'm saying it was the end zone. It was the red zone guy. I think it was Latavius Murray.
Well, even still, that's not
But
the
it was
only.
like a list of it was a bunch of guys. It
Well,
wasn't just him.
while Eric's searching it, that's not the only offensive weapon they have, and they have Dalton Kincaid and Knox.
Dalton Kincaid.
You're not high on him?
I'm high on Dalton. I like
Oh,
him
okay.
a lot. I like him a lot. And Knox. Knox is actually really good. But I don't know, depending on the kind of offense they're gonna run. Like 2 tight ends. For Josh Allen, you would think that makes a lot of sense. But
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the scheme they were doing last year because it felt like Kincaid was more of like a slot. And
Yes,
it felt
he
like
was.
He was just a third wide receiver.
I would say yes.
Yeah. So which is good. He's a big body. And you can see that Josh Allen loves giving the ball. So
Okay.
fantasy wise, I'm getting that man.
Offensive projection, where would you put them on the 1 through 32?
As far as what they'll do offensively,
What you expect? Yeah.
that's tough. I don't think it's gonna be that high.
I think I'm gonna put them at 15.
You just don't know right now.
Who we talking
Diggs
about?
is a huge
They're still on
part.
the Bills.
The Bills. You saying what are the offense? ranking?
Offensively, where would you rank them going into the season?
Middle of the pack makes sense.
Yeah, I said 15.
I just don't know. We
Because-
just
Yeah,
don't
'cause that's Josh Allen, like you said, carrying them.
Yeah.
Keon Coleman, a rookie. Yeah, I can say middle of the pack. It'll be average,
know. You'd have
800.
to have like an OBJ type year.
That would be crazy.
That was a comparison I was seeing a lot of.
If he just comes into the league and is a top 10 receiver right off the bat, it's not
Getting a lot
unheard
hype.
of.
He's getting a lot of hype.
It's not unheard of. He's working with arguably one of the top 5 QBs in the league by some people's metrics. So it's not,
Yeah, he's getting a lot of hype. I don't know. I don't know much about him besides like the interviews,
like his
all the
swagger.
memes. I bet it looks funny. Yeah. It looks great, but I don't know.
All right, then we got the Dolphins. You know, they draft picks. This guy's name, they first round pick.
Chop.
Yeah, Chop. That's an interesting name for D lineman. That's
That's a cool name.
That's
Do
a
you know
good
why they
name.
called him that?
Come on, Chop. You know,
that's
he
not
just
his
said
name?
Chop is hard. You know.
I don't think that's his actual biological name.
Nah,
but,
it can't be.
but his nickname, it comes from pork chops.
Crazy.
Because his mom said he was like, when he came out, he was a big baby and he was built like a pork chop. And for all of his adolescence, he was a fat kid.
Nice.
Yeah.
Those are the best nicknames.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good name, man. Chop.
Yeah, but it looked like they went offense heavy, man. They had a tackle and a running back in the first few rounds. They went edge and another wide receiver.
Running back's a weird one.
What? Jalen Wright out of Tennessee, 4th
I
round.
don't think that's a weird one.
As far as like
Who
why
they
you
already
get a running
have?
back, 'cause, I mean, they already have running back by committee.
Yeah, but both of them have torn ACLs on their history.
That's true.
So like,
Mostert is
Backs.
old. All they really got is A-Chain, you can say.
Yeah, 18 Mostert. And then
Mostert has another year or two, maybe.
stuff.
He's like 32 right now.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
actually very
That's
surprised
old for running backs.
they did offense heavy in the draft because defensively they have a lot of holes because of contracts.
Scored the most points in the game. Not surprised.
They
that
played the
would.
Broncos.
Not surprised that they don't care. They want offense. They want to score points.
Yeah, they got two.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they want you
yeah,
to. They want you to keep up with them, man. That's
Yeah,
honestly
they're
what
gonna,
they
we're
are.
gonna outpace you pretty much. So you're gonna make a mistake before we do.
It's crazy how conditioned that entire team is,
Oh,
though.
Come on.
Because like when you look at their offensive weapons, like their main weapons, like A-Chain and Hill and Waddle, even Tua, like
Athletes.
yeah, they're all
Track
athletes,
stars.
and it makes the rest of the team that aren't normally athletes
Yeah.
to be athletes.
Yeah, they
It's
have to
crazy.
keep up.
Everybody just
You
flies.
seen Tua?
Yeah, I've seen him.
Seen how small he was?
Yeah, that's why I made that statement.
You
Like,
got smaller or
You
something?
ever seen it?
Nah.
He looks skinny, dude.
Yeah.
You know how last year he
That's
was
not
like,
good,
I'm
though.
trying to put on weight.
he looks like a Samoan,
Dude,
a
he
typical
looks-
Samoan.
no,
he
he
does.
just-
No, I'm
he's
saying
like a-
that's how
like
he
a
looked
shirt
last
seller.
year. But he doesn't look like that anymore.
Dude, he
Nah,
looks
man.
skinny.
Like a
And even
pocket
Tyreek
QB
came in and
almost.
joke, he was like, Tua's on Ozempic. Like, Jesus.
Shout out, Jose.
Dude, he's small.
Nah, man.
Dude, he is small, yeah.
All right. The Jets, man. Let's run through this real quick, then we're gonna get into then we're gonna rank them ourselves before we get into their schedule, man.
Sure.
The Jets, man, they went offensive heavy, like super heavy in this draft. They
I
only
can
had
understand why.
2 defensive picks, man. They went tackle first round, then they went
Makes sense.
3rd round they went wide receiver, running back, QB, running back. And their last 2 picks were defensive guys, cornerback and a
And they
safety.
got Tyron Smith in the offseason.
Yep, Tyron Smith, and they got another tackle.
Had to make a point about that, sir.
That didn't have to. That O line was atrocious. I don't even think, honestly, Zach Wilson's a bad quarterback.
Stop it.
I don't even think he's that bad.
Stop
I
it.
really don't. His highs were very high, and I believed him.
And his lows were very low.
Yeah,
You remember that game where he had negative 2 yards and a half?
That's wild.
How do you do that as a
QB. And then he came back and,
and a half, -2.
hey, sometimes it happens.
David? I could get 2 yards. I can get 2 yards.
Dude, -2 yards.
I can throw a screen pass from here to the
Stop
chair
it.
over there.
Stop it. I want to believe you.
You get that pass out, man.
Yeah,
You
but
got-
what,
you got
when
world
all those
athletes
guys
out
are
there.
coming at you, telling me you're gonna
You got world athletes out
David,
there.
I
You
can
catch the
get 2
ball.
yards.
This match, he catches it and runs 80 yards for it.
I
I just do
believe
it.
you.
Out of an entire half of football. Think about how long that is.
John, think of all those people, all those physical specimens running at
So
you.
you don't think in shotgun,
David,
you don't
I'm an
think you
offensive
can just
lineman.
toss a pass real quick?
No, I don't think
In
you
shotgun?
could. I don't think you
I'm a
could.
former offensive.
But
We all are
but
former
I'm just
offensive
saying,
linemen.
This man, you had the 1993 Cowboys offensive
those
line
are all like-
in shotgun.
Okay, in the NFL, everyone there is a monster.
But not when
I
you're
agree.
not
I
when you have
disagree.
other people that's better. What do you mean? Like
So you're telling me with that O-line at that moment,
there's been times where we
with that
set
O-line in that moment, you're telling me when they rush you,
In 2 quarters of 15-minute quarters, David, I could get 2 yards.
There's
Yes.
been times where we've seen
That game.
announcers.
Brees Hall was taking up all those reps.
Man, we've seen announcers.
He was running the ball.
We've seen announcers call out when the guy sit back there for 10 seconds just in the pocket. Oh, he's got all day to sit back there. Just give me 5 seconds in the pocket. I can toss it off to somebody. Give me 5-yard toss off. Little halfback screen.
all those 6'5"
Halfback.
monsters coming at you.
David, you're acting like you didn't play football.
Yeah, but that's
You
different.
didn't get
'Cause
to the
all of
college
them are
level
like
there.
The best player.
That doesn't matter, David. That doesn't matter because if you go through practice like he did, if you go through the meetings like he did, if you go through the travel and everything else like he did,
I'm just saying,
you could get 2 yards.
Okay, yeah, in that hypothetically, yeah,
Okay.
obviously if you're an NFL QB, yeah, I expect you to get 2 yards, but
No, I'm just. They
You
could have put
expect him
anybody
not to
back
get
there behind him and
negative
got 2
yards.
2 yards. Yeah, -2,
There's no way you
negative
get
2.
negative yards, dude.
Think about all the people who
he
played
had
him
some
in
very
fantasy
high
during that
highs
game.
and a very low lows.
But hey,
That's
why.
inconsistent, David.
That's why you would never be general manager, man. For us,
I'd be a great GM.
nah. You just said Zach Wilson is a good QB. -2 yards.
You
Yeah,
said
not
Mac
bad.
Jones was bad. I'd have Mac Jones over Zach Wilson.
No, dude, I'd rather have Zach Wilson.
No, you're dumb.
That offense is trash. But besides the point, Rodgers, Garrett Wilson.
That'd be kind of crazy if he comes back and he hurts himself again.
No, stop it. Don't put that on.
I don't want because
I like Aaron Rodgers, man.
do you really?
I like.
I
Aaron.
don't.
I can't stand him. Obviously,
Something about him. Something about him. Something about his pizzazz being a gunslinger. You know.
So, y'all want to run down rankings real quick? Let's rank the AFC East. Put them in order of what y'all
You go
thinking.
first?
Y'all tell us
Yeah,
who
we'll
is
go
gonna win the division
Okay,
and
I'll
who's
start-
runner up.
Start from last to first.
However you want to do it,
I
man.
would go like
What's your
the
rankings?
easiest, most obvious way is like Patriots, Bills, Dolphins, Jets. I feel like the
That's
Jets are gonna
interesting.
be- Yeah, I feel like the Jets are gonna be.
That's interesting.
The last 2 picks are the only ones you would probably have a debate about: Jets and Dolphins. How you putting the Jets over the Dolphins?
Yeah,
You feel like Jets gonna be better than the Dolphins?
yeah. We talked about it. Like as far as the Dolphins goes, like they're literally just the offensive competent team.
Can I ask you
Their whole
what?
scheme is just
They got a nice defense. You talking about Jalen
Yeah,
Ramsey?
like,
We're talking about Xavier. Was it Xavier Howard? He's still there? Or that's
No, he's gone.
he's
Xavier
gone.
Howard's gone.
But Jalen Ramsey and who else is that? They just got a new acquisition.
Javon
The
Holland.
Jets, what
No,
they
it was
were-
another
what they
corner,
were able
too.
to do last year,
I'm
with all
tripping.
their downside on offense is kind of
Okay,
impressive.
so let me get this straight. The reason you're putting the Jets so high is the return of Rodgers.
Yeah, for sure.
So Rodgers being what he is in his career gives them that much of a push to be from number 3 to number 1.
You don't think so?
Not in a division like that.
I do.
Because I look at it like this: when Rodgers was number 1 in his division, when he was on the NFC, who were the other teams in his division?
Yeah.
The
As
Bears,
far as the Packers, yeah.
the Bears, who he consistently owned.
The Lions.
Okay, the Lions, who weren't good
They
until
were good
last
at that
season.
time, yeah.
Okay, and then the Vikings, who were kind of middle of the road and leaning more towards inconsistent.
Okay.
Oh no, man.
The competition level isn't
That's
there.
not- that's not-
He
that's
was
fair.
Think
in
about
his
it.
prime.
I think that's fair. Aaron Rodgers. That's not.
I'm kind of thinking about it. I don't know. Dolphins had their games last year where they was just like, cause you stop them a couple of times, it's game over.
They were not a pretty
It's game over. And Aaron Rodgers, I feel like he's easily beaten.
If he
It's gonna
comes
be a
back-
tough game, him and Josh Allen,
Okay.
but he's gonna beat Josh Allen.
Okay.
He's beating Josh Allen. He's definitely beating the Patriots. That's easy. That's a win. It's him and the Dolphins, but all his defense got to do, and he has a very good defense. They have a really good defense.
Question in my mind, like,
But-
that's the ranking.
But the Dolphins have a really good, fast offense. It's really just about stopping the Dolphins off. You stop the Dolphins offense, Jets win the
Yeah,
game.
like who's gonna mess up first?
You stop the offense, Jets win the game.
So the
if
thing.
you stop the Jets offense, they might still have a chance to win the game as long as you stop the Jets.
So the
Dolphins
thing
offense,
is,
honestly.
they have to play each other twice a season. Do you think Aaron Rodgers can beat them twice a season?
Aaron Rodgers comes back at
I don't-
75% of what he was before the tear. He's still.
I
he's
know
still
Aaron
good.
Rodgers can beat them twice. It's if the Dolphins can beat Aaron Rodgers twice. It's if the Dolphins can beat the Jets defense twice.
Yeah.
They can put up them points twice in the season. Then yeah, they're gonna win.
They're gonna score, dude. But like,
Yeah, they can win. But it's not depending on Aaron Rodgers and the Jets.
like no one's saying they're bad. Like I'm just.
I'll wait to
Jets-
list my rankings to disagree then, because I disagree.
But I think I got the same one. Yeah, Jets number 1, Dolphins 2, Bills 3,
Just makes the most sense.
Patriots
in my eyes.
last for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah.
Just on paper, dude. On paper, the Jets are stacked.
It's not even just on
That's
paper.
a
It's
stacked
just
team.
it's not even on paper because on paper the Dolphins look nice. I haven't even just dove into their
Offensively,
defense.
yeah.
I haven't dove into their
Offensively,
defense. They got a nice defense too because don't they got the Bosa there too, or that's the Chargers? That's the Chargers. I'm tripping.
Chargers
They got
and
somebody
49ers.
there. Is it? Nah, Khalil Mack is with the Chargers too, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's somebody they got on the Dolphins. Or maybe I'm tripping. But
I mean, names alone, name value provides a lot. You know?
but that offense is
Sauce
nice.
Gardner, like,
The offense is crazy.
and then the
But Jets do have an all-around team to where it just makes more sense that they would win the game 9 times out of 10, pretty much. Like you give them 10 times, they're gonna win more than the Dolphins gonna win.
So what I will say that quarterback play last season definitely hindered the Jets' progression. I don't disagree with that at all. But I don't think that Aaron Rodgers coming back at 38 years old off
he's
of
older
a
than that.
38, 39, 40, whatever it is. I don't think he comes back off an Achilles tear and then is Aaron Rodgers. Specifically because if you look at when Aaron Rodgers was his most successful, it was out of the pocket runs, back foot throws. Like, he doesn't really just sit in the pocket and throw off of his front foot. He falls off his back foot. And if I'm right, the Achilles tear was in the foot that he falls back onto, right?
Yeah.
That's just one thing. I'm not saying he's not Aaron Rodgers. I'm not saying he won't be a good quarterback, and I'm not saying he won't significantly improve the Jets. I just don't think it'll be to the point of where they'll be first in the division. And the reason I'll give my ranking. So my ranking is Dolphins, Jets, Bills, Patriots. And the reason I have it that way is because I don't see the Dolphins getting worse. They had times last year, yes, where they were inconsistent and that there were games where if they played certain people, they could lose those games. But I don't see those inconsistencies happening again this coming season. We'd have to take a look at their schedule to kind of determine like how it's going to look, because obviously they're not going to have another 70-point blowout. I would hope not on a professional team again. But I just don't. I don't see them out. I don't see the Jets outpacing the Dolphins because the Dolphins realistically have all of their people coming back.
I mean, to play devil's advocate to the Aaron Rodgers point,
Sure.
he's a quarterback.
Yes.
He's not a receiver or running back. He's not no stop and go, none of that. It's just a little shuffle out to the pad, run out here. He might run a little bit out, a little bit. I don't think that ACL is affecting his game too much of anything. If any, the biggest thing that's going to affect his game is age. But he's still Aaron Rodgers, honestly.
Right.
I feel like what's going to be the determining factor is just his team, the inexperience they have together will probably be the biggest thing with them. But Aaron Rodgers is just, he's cold-blooded. We've seen him do it with way less than he has with the Jets. He has a nice team with the Jets.
Man, I don't think there's any QB that's really comparable as far as skills go. Like just natural talent.
I know we remember
That
the
guy can throw
videos.
the ball.
Remember the videos of him doing them Hail Mary
Come on, John,
bombs
you-
into the nets in practice and shit.
You said no QB.
I don't think there's QB that's comparable to Aaron Rodgers.
Pat Mahomes,
honestly.
I was
easily.
just about to
Okay,
say Patrick
yeah.
Mahomes.
Easily.
Seriously, David?
Uh,
Of all people.
I don't know.
Come on, man.
I forget.
All right.
But like Rodgers, come on, that guy is.
Yeah, Mahomes changing the game, man. It's crazy.
As
But even at his best, like Rodgers, prime Rodgers is still there.
Aaron Rodgers was like Mahomes before Mahomes. Mahomes came and did it way better. But Aaron Rodgers was Mahomes
I just
because
hate
Aaron Rodgers
Rodgers.
did used to have the Hail Mary bombs where he just put it right
Dude,
in his receiver's hands.
Right.
Those
And in a whole
sideline
pile
throws, are you
of
kidding
people.
me? There's bullets.
I agree, but my issue that I'm having with you saying that the Jets are going to be better than them is because of Rodgers coming back and because you expect Rodgers to be
Quarterback play
Rodgers.
alone
Huh?
will bring them at least.
he
10
has 2 things that are working against him, and that's coming back from the injury and his age.
No, I don't think the age is a factor. I
There's-
think more of
there's-
like come
there's-
back from the injury for sure.
There's one QB that has proven that age and former injuries have not affected their play, and that's Tom Brady.
Why
There
can't it happen
hasn't
again?
been another QB to do
Why
it.
can't it happen again?
I'm just saying. I'm not saying it can't
Peyton
happen
Manning.
again.
And why would it?
Peyton
not
Manning
be-
won a Super Bowl
Uh,
with the Broncos after
Why would
his
it not be Aaron Rodgers?
neck injury.
Peyton Manning is a little bit different. That guy is the sheriff.
The guy's scary.
Yeah, he is scary.
I was joking when I said that. Peyton Manning, that ring was a fluke. They gave him that shit, man.
What?
They gave
Which
him that.
one?
The Broncos
Seahawks
one.
one?
They gave him that one.
When they face the Seahawks.
The Broncos one,
For the
man.
Seahawks, just
Him versus the Panthers, man. That was
That didn't
just
happen.
that game all alone.
was the
When
Panthers?
Cam didn't
It was
even
the
fall on the fucking football, And that fun,
Eric,
man,
you
that
can't-
whole
yeah.
thing,
Eric,
they gave him that
They were
bullshit, man.
outmatched.
The AFC,
Each
Peyton
position-
Manning limped that whole season like along just to get there, man. They gave him that.
I mean,
I
shit.
don't remember the season enough for.
Cam carried that entire team. There was nobody. on
The
that team
Panthers were
besides
undefeated
those
all the way up there and lost to the limping Broncos in the Super Bowl.
They had a
Come
better
on
team.
now. They didn't.
Their team was better.
Peyton Manning.
Defensively,
You talking about Cam Newton?
Defensively.
All
They went
around.
undefeated. Whose
All
team
around.
was better?
all around.
The Broncos?
Defensively,
That's the Cam Newton went undefeated that year, John. They went
lost that year.
undefeated. Who did they lose to? That was the year I thought they went undefeated. All the way
Because there's
through,
only
up
been
until the Super
one
Bowl.
other team that was undefeated. And that was
16
down.
weeks. I think they were 6.
They might have lost one game. Let me see.
Yeah,
We
I
gotta
don't know
fact
if they
check
were
this.
undefeated, but they're. I mean, I imagine they're pretty close to it if I remember.
Let me see Cam Newton Super Bowl season. You gotta look that up real quick.
Hey,
man.
Cam Newton is super underappreciated as far as like.
He really is.
That guy is. He paved the ways for this like dual threat quarterbacks, dude. Like that guy is a monster. Like
Yeah.
that season where he won MVP is super underappreciated.
Eric, if you're looking it up, I'm gonna let you so I can like carry on the conversation because I was trying to find it, but I didn't want to deviate too far.
I can't talk too much about Peyton Manning, but yeah, I've seen those clips on YouTube.
I like Peyton Manning.
He's like 50
Peyton-
touchdown season.
Peyton Manning is the only QB, well, next to Tom Brady. No, honestly, no. He's the only QB whose absence from a franchise completely ruined it.
Indiana?
Yeah, dude, they won 2 games that year when he had the neck injury. And then they went on to get Andrew Luck, who I thought was going to be their saving grace just for him to retire after 4 seasons. You know, him and Jonathan Taylor would have been great together.
Crazy hypothetical.
Oh, Andrew Luck.
Yeah, because Andrew Luck arguably was a top 10 QB. Arguably, depending on who you ask. And I would have loved to see how he fit in with this era of Mahomes and Burrow and all the rest of the
I don't
great
know how old he
quarterbacks.
is. As far as like how
I think
old
he would probably be in his 30s now because he came after RG3 and RG3 just turned 30 something recently, like 31. So I feel like Andrew Luck would be like 29 going on 30.
15-1.
I knew they lost the game. I was about
The
to say,
last
no.
game of the season when they sat everybody,
Nah, it
John.
doesn't matter.
Like, come on, John.
They lost. they ain't going undefeated. Only one team in history has done that.
They sat everybody, John. You
doesn't
can't
matter.
count that. Who was a better team? The Panthers was a way better team. The Broncos was not ass that year. I'm not gonna say that, but they definitely should have won a Super Bowl that year.
I
man.
think the Broncos were better positionally because if you go down positionally and you pick out like one player from each position, like who would you have taken over that year? Demaryius Thomas or Steve Smith? Steve Smith was 33. And he
You
was,
can
and
say
he was
Demaryius Thomas, but Steve Smith was still a fucking monster that year.
yeah, but
You toss him the ball, he gonna break you off, and
So-
he gonna break you off 50.
Who else they have?
Okay,
You
let
talking about like Luke Kuechly's and
hold on,
and
you
Davis
just
and
naming names. Let's go
linebackers.
position by position.
Crazy.
So if you look at who am I trying to talk about? Oh, Cam. Who Cam is throwing to? He has 2 people. He has Greg Olsen and he has Steve Smith. Those are his 2 offensive weapons. They're
About to
running
bring
back.
it back up now.
They're running back that year. I'm trying to
We're
remember
talk
who
about
it
it.
was.
Talk about it. You gotta bring it up. Let me see.
I can't remember who their running back was, but if you take the Broncos side, you have Manning throwing to Wes Welker, Demaryius Thomas, and their tight end was really good that year. Trying to remember his name. Come on, David, help me, man.
know.
This is football we're talking about.
Alright.
I done gave you like 80% of it. Help me.
I don't remember. I don't remember who the running back was.
Menden? No. Was it Mendenhall?
That sounds familiar. About that.
He was number 33. I know that.
McLaughlin?
No.
So Cam Newton had Ted Ginn Jr.
Yeah.
John, that was Ted Ginn Jr. That was
Over
his
Wes
time,
Welker?
man.
He's a punt returner.
Over Wes Welker?
Ted Ginn Jr. Who was it? Jonathan Stewart,
That's who their
Mike
running back was.
Tolbert.
Yeah, and Mike Tolbert. That was a running back.
Fozzie Whitaker,
Back, yeah.
Greg Olsen, Devin Funches,
Was Steve Smith even
Devin
there?
Funches.
and Jericho Cartry.
Yeah, I don't think Steve Smith was there at that
Oh,
time.
he wasn't on that
He
team?
wasn't even
well,
there on
let's
that
take it
time.
all. So receiving core, who are you taking?
Trash.
Okay, the Broncos.
Peyton Manning only had Emmanuel Sanders,
Only.
Demarius
He did
Thomas.
really good.
That's it. Emmanuel
Who
Sanders
was
and
that tight
Demarius.
end?
So you had Andre Cohen, Owen Daniels,
Don't know who that is.
Ronnie
Was
Hillman,
it
and
Owen
Jordan
Daniels?
Norwood.
Was it Owen Daniels?
Owen Daniels,
Okay, who's their running back?
C.J. Anderson.
Oh, C.J. Henderson.
Yeah. So it looked like honestly,
he was okay.
honestly, look like Panthers had a better roster. If we really going down the roster real quick, if you want to,
They have names I remember.
Yeah.
The Panthers, but I don't.
they went 15-1. The team was a fucking monster.
what was their
It's
schedule?
crazy.
He was a monster.
What was
Yeah,
does it show
crazy.
like
I'm
their
not
schedule?
saying
who they
Cam
Cam
played?
Newton couldn't take it 15-1 by himself. Come on now.
Kinda did, huh?
There's no way.
This guy
Like, what you
says
talking
he's-
about?
I mean, honestly, he talks about that on the podcast a
Yeah.
lot. He was saying how he didn't have any help
Yeah,
the years he was
I
successful
believe it, it's true.
because he won MVP twice,
Jonathan
right?
Stewart, I know is a notable name.
Jonathan, because Ted Ginn, I don't even think Ted Ginn had 1,000 yards this season.
Again, is a punt returner, dude. I don't.
Because matter of fact, that year, Cam Newton won MVP, and he won MVP because he had like 3,000 yards passing and 1,000 yards rushing, and that was like one of the first times that happened since Michael Vick.
Their QB, man.
Now,
Lamar
defensively-
does that. they all do that. Like, come on.
Defensively, I will kind of give it to the Panthers because I know they have Luke Kuechly, they had Josh Norman, who
How
was the
you
best
giving the
corner.
offense over that? Like, I don't
They
get
have
it.
more weapons. They have better weapons offensively because Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders, I know, were both 1,000-yard receivers.
If we talking
that
about
season.
QBs at that time, you taking Peyton over Cam Newton at that time?
No.
Cam Newton.
Okay, you take Cam Newton.
But I'm
only
just
thing you can
saying,
say
Peyton's
is
not
only
a
thing you can
slacker.
only say is Emmanuel Sanders and Demaryius Thomas maybe. Even that because really what Greg Olsen was better than you got Greg
Daniels.
Olsen and Demaryius Thomas. Wasn't you fucking tight end?
No, he's a receiver. He was
So
a receiver that died.
who's the
Number
tight
8.
end?
R.I.P.
Who's the tight end?
Owen Daniels, I think that's what you said.
No, I'm
Owen
saying
Daniels.
who was the tight end? Because then they had two Thomas. So what was the other Thomas name that was a tight end at the
Oh,
time?
I know what you're talking about.
Vernon? No.
Nah, that's Vernon Davis.
Yeah, Dang.
Dang. This is bad, man. This is on the podcast.
I mean, I don't remember. What is this, 2015, 2014?
Yeah, let me look.
Demaryius Thomas that year had 700 yards as a
Super Bowl
receiver.
year?
Super Bowl
Was he
receiver.
hurt? He was hurt. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
He had to be hurt, man. He had to be hurt.
Honestly, I don't even. I can't even go back from this. I don't even understand what's happening. Like, where were we originally?
We were on the AFC East, so we can transition back soon.
Okay, like,
Because now we're on the 2015 Super Bowl.
yeah, now I'm getting lost completely.
No, we'll get back on track here in a second, man. We just got a fact check. Okay, so it wasn't 2015, so it had to be like 2014, 2013
On what?
for the Super Bowl.
To do what?
For whatever matchup this is.
This is 2015, 2016.
Oh, it can't be.
That season.
2016? No.
Nah,
Cause I about to say,
2015, 2016, yeah.
But that's not the season.
cause I about to say 2015 Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl was Sunday, February 17th. February 7th, 2016.
So 20. Okay.
The Super Bowl was
So that
2016.
means
It
y'all's
was 2015,
y'all's win was
2016.
2017.
Yeah, ours was
I'm
2017,
looking at this shit on the
That's
tablet.
crazy.
Y'all arguing with me. It's
I'm
crazy.
not arguing with y'all. That's crazy. I thought it was longer than that.
I did too.
I thought it was like 2013, 2014.
We graduated a couple of months later, man.
You know what? How about this? How about we just actually have a day that we talk about this when we're like better
Should we
prepared?
rank QBs?
Rank
Super
QBs.
Bowls.
Yeah,
QBs
like,
all time.
and we'll come back to this conversation because we prepared more so for the AFC
Yeah,
East
this
and
just kind of happened.
yeah, and this just kind of we were on a tangent. Sorry,
That's
guys.
the point. That's the point, man. We
Yeah.
good. We good.
We'll come back to this. We'll definitely revisit this because I have to defend the Broncos here because I love Peyton Manning. I think we were on my ranking, right? And I had said I put the Dolphins first, Jets second, Bills third, and Patriots. I feel like the bottom two are obvious. Do I think the Bills could still make the playoffs? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just
Unless
because,
the Jets just like
yeah, the Jets are the key factor here because I don't see the Dolphins missing.
That's what I was saying. Like, because
It'd be the Dolphins or the Jets. I mean, the Jets or the Bills.
Jets are
right now
really
you
good.
said one division winner, and then one of them is taking a wild card.
I think how many games is it?
I think
17?
it's 2 wild cards now per division now. Like AFC, 2 wild cards.
Is it really?
Yeah.
If okay, so let's go based off that. Is it 17 games?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think the Dolphins realistically will be 13-4. I think that the Jets will lose one additional game. I think they'll be 12-5. I think the Bills could also be 12-5 depending on who they play. But if not, I'm going to go on the low end and say 10-7. And then after that, the Patriots are just below 500.
Well, we're gonna go through the schedules, aren't we?
Yeah.
Go through the Jets schedule real quick.
We're gonna do the Jets and Bills. Not Bills. Jets and Dolphins. I mean, we can touch on the Bills. We don't care about the Patriots. We don't care about the Patriots.
I don't think we care
Crazy
too much
if they
about the
win.
What's
Bills
point?
either. They don't
What's
have
the
enough
point
of a
the
team.
Patriots? What's the point?
Imagine if they win this.
That's a rebuild, and that's fine. You know, people got to rebuild. That's how you beat greatness. That's how you be great.
Okay, real quick. Jets first game, they open up at the 49ers.
I think they lose that game.
Go to that house. Go to the 49ers house.
They'll lose that game probably. I don't know though, Rodgers, man.
Nah, that's a
You're
loss.
too high on Rodgers.
That's a
I am
loss.
very high on Rodgers. I'm excited.
Jets at the
That's gonna be
Titans.
I think
Next.
I think they easily beat the Titans, especially if Rodgers.
Yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Who's throwing to him?
Calvin Ridley, Will Levis.
Will Levis, you
Mayo
mean
man.
icon, a legend.
And y'all think he's gonna beat Rodgers?
Nah.
But you don't think the Dolphins can?
I'm not saying that. I'm just acknowledging Will Levis.
Division rivalry, Patriots at the Jets,
The Patriots are probably gonna lose both games.
Yeah, I agree.
Broncos at the Jets. Next game.
They
They
lose.
beat Broncos.
Broncos lose. Is what I'm saying.
Jets at the Vikings.
Vikings
They
lose.
beat the Vikings.
Did they beat the Vikings?
Yeah, of course.
Bills at the Jets.
Jets win. That's a close game.
At the Jets.
At the Jets
the
in
home-
Jets'
yeah, I
house.
think the Bills still won with the one that they're playing in.
I think
Buffalo.
they'll split games simply because I see the Bills being a team that will try to make a playoff push, but I think they lose the first game.
That's a big rivalry since they're so close.
Because this will be the first year that Aaron Rodgers actually gets to play mainly AFC quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So you'll actually have to duel people on his skill level.
Okay, we got the Jets at the Steelers. Jets at the
I
Steelers.
think the Jets
Somebody
win
loves
that
that
game
one.
too. Really?
Yeah.
Why? Out of all the teams that you just listed, for me, the only two that they lost were
It's just playing Pittsburgh at home. It just seems like such a struggle in my eyes.
but not the Bills
Not the Bills.
or the 49ers.
That's what I'm saying. The Bills will.
You jokingly said they were going to beat the 49ers.
No, but that's what I said. That the Bills are going to steal the game. They're going to steal one of the games. What about the 49ers?
I'm just saying, is it an NFC team because he's beat them before?
Yeah. It's because he has that thing with San Francisco.
Okay. I mean, we can say a loss there. I think they're more susceptible to a loss to the 49ers than they are the Steelers.
Yeah, of course.
And that's-
No, I was jokingly saying that.
Oh,
Like, they're
that
gonna lose.
just comes down to
I
QB
was
play for
jokingly
me.
saying that they're going to lose to the 49ers. That's what you mean.
What I'm thinking in my head as Eric is reading these off is that if it comes down to QB play for each of these games, who has the better matchup? Or
Oh,
the
I'm
better
thinking
chance?
whole entirety, and I think home field advantage takes a lot. Puts a lot of input on that.
Okay.
So playing Pittsburgh there, yeah, it could be a deal breaker there.
You talking about
As
Russell
far as the Jets
Wilson.
losing, yeah, Russell Wilson.
Jets at the Patriots?
They win that.
Well, you didn't even have to say that game.
Texans at the Jets.
Texans win.
A nice game. I feel like it'd be a shootout type
That
game.
is, that's a big game.
Texans win.
That's
that
gonna be
game.
a really good.
Talking about getting into the middle of the season too.
Tex-
So teams
Texans
in
have
their
a
groove.
lot of momentum coming off of last year, and
No, that's
all,
deep in the season. What game is that? It's like
October 31st, my birthday, man.
oh man,
So,
is that in Houston?
Is that on
nah, in the
Sunday?
Jets.
Oh damn, I was about to say we need to go to that game then, drive down there.
Stop it. Stop it.
Like going to game, it was Cowboys game, man. Care about these teams.
That's true. That's true.
I can't see them losing, but I guess.
Jets at the Cardinals.
They beat the
Dub,
Cardinals.
that's a dub.
Colts at the Jets.
Yeah,
Anthony Richardson, Jonathan Taylor.
They still got a mesh.
yeah.
That's coming off ACL.
And that's why I said they win that.
They still got a mesh to come up with ACL. I don't see.
Seahawks at the Jets.
Seahawks, I gotta see,
Am
man,
I supposed to be high on the Seahawks? I don't know.
because they were doing this and now they're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got to see what the
The
Seahawks.
Jets.
Yeah,
Jets at the Dolphins.
I like the
that one?
Dolphins.
Who is that?
Late in the year, might be a big division game.
Yeah. So far, what they have like 3 losses we've agreed
Four
upon.
losses, I think. 49ers. I
Steelers.
said Steelers.
I'm gonna agree with you on Steelers. Buffalo.
And
They're gonna lose one Buffalo game. So whether
They're
it's the
gonna
first one or the next one, then I don't know.
then that one.
Okay. So yeah,
Jets
4.
at the Jaguars.
They're gonna beat the Jaguars.
I don't know, man.
Really?
Talking about Trevor
Hopefully
Lawrence
they
still
come-
trying
I
to prove
want the
himself, so we'll
Jaguars to be
see.
good, dude. I really want
Trevor
them.
Lawrence has been in the
One of
league for
them-
what, 4 seasons?
But they lost Ridley.
Be one of them type games where you just, Jets maybe lose type of deal.
I want the Jaguars.
You know what? If anybody could beat the Jets in a situation like that, I think the Jaguars would
Jaguars
be
are a
it.
weird team. Man.
Yeah.
They'll win those.
They've been so bad for so long, man. It's kind of weird to think that they're playoff caliber.
Rams at the Jets.
Rams have just not been the same, and they have not improved.
I don't know yet. I don't know. Rams
They don't have anything defensively, David.
Defensively, yeah.
Stafford, Nakua, them all them.
offensively
offense.
though, kind of a Dolphins type of deal.
Some,
They lost
less
Aaron Donald.
powered Dolphins.
That's huge.
It's kind of a B tier of the Dolphins, so like a tier lower. Like
B
their
tier.
offensive power.
That
Dolphins
team
are
is not
high-powered
fast.
Rams.
Their offensive power, like they have a lot of offense.
They're the polar opposite. They're
They
all
have a great
slow.
coach, offensive minded coach. So.
Okay, I give you that. They have not recovered from Todd
I say
Gurley,
better
though.
QB player. I think Matthew Stafford's better than Tua. It's a different conversation.
Jets at the Bills.
Jets at the Bills.
Yeah, that's
If we gave them the loss last time, then the Jets win this one. They're gonna split, I think.
Either way, we're in the same boat.
Dolphins at the Jets.
They're gonna split this game also. I don't think the Dolphins beat them twice, and I don't think the Jets beat the Dolphins
Crazy. They got
twice.
2 critical games at the end of the season.
I think
together.
they'll split for sure.
It's crazy.
But okay, honestly, I think Rodgers is gonna pull out. Like he's gonna be able to do it. But
What I will say, if I had to give 2 games over anybody, I think they would win 2 games over the Bills. Like,
oh yeah,
like if it came down to who's gonna win the division type of deal, and they had to beat someone twice, they would beat the Bills
yeah,
twice.
the Bills are not gonna be themselves. So
Yeah.
they're gonna have to adjust to losing Diggs and everything else. I mean, that's just the reality they're gonna face right now. You're gonna see what Josh Allen can do on his own. See if he's
Yeah.
that guy. I mean, he is that guy, but it's gonna be difficult like that.
You know,
Wanna
I'll-
run down the Dolphins schedule too. Also,
Yeah, if you got to pull it up, sure.
Or just run down notable games you want.
Because we went much faster this time.
And ultimately, we could just talk about
they pretty much got the same schedule, so we can say maybe like the games.
Yeah.
Maybe like the we're talking about notable because it's the same schedule. Pretty much the Dolphins versus the Raiders. That's a good one.
That's a notable game.
That's a different game.
Gardner Minshew.
how's
I
that
mean, we know the Dolphins versus the Rams and all that because it's the
Honestly,
same
depending
schedule.
on strength of okay, well, we're not gonna go through everything.
49ers at
What
Dolphins.
did we say the Jets was gonna be? Like how many losses?
I think we gave them 5.
5,
in
so
total.
12-5.
Yeah.
So depending on strength of schedule, they
Dolphins.
didn't have the Raiders on the Jets schedule, right?
Dolphins like they got maybe a little bit harder schedule because
Think so?
Dolphins got to go to Texans home. They got to go to the Browns home. They got to go to the Rams home. Them the homes they got to go to. 49ers come to them. All those games are kind of pretty
Dolphins-
even out.
I'd say like a good, clean 11-6.
Their away games
the
a lot
Dolphins,
harder
yeah.
than the Jets. away
11-6,
games.
I'd say.
I'm gonna still stick to the 13-4 for the Dolphins.
Honestly, I could see them, being a higher, getting a higher win total than anybody else. So I could see that.
I say 13-4 for the Dolphins simply because they have the ability to score with anybody in the league. And if it comes down to a game of like scoring back and forth, I don't think they'll ever be in a position where if they're down, they have to play from behind that they lose the game.
I think early on, we're going to see the Jets adjust.
Yeah.
And we're going to see like how they mesh. Then later on in the season, they're going to figure it out. As far as the Dolphins
agree with that
go, they
wholeheartedly.
slowed down very hard towards the end of the season.
I agree with that
So
wholeheartedly.
we're going to see how that goes.
I think the Dolphins are like a 7-0 start team, and the Jets are like a 4-3,
Yeah, we're
maybe
going to see how they
5-2.
start.
I think the Bills. I think their schedule was probably based off of they last year's. They got to go to the Ravens.
That's a loss.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's a
Go
loss.
to the Texans.
That's a
Ravens are
loss.
scary.
The Chiefs come to the Bills.
Well, yeah, maybe the Bills really are third. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't see it.
49ers come to the Bills.
'Cause
Bills go to the Lions.
That's already
They got 5 playoff games in the beginning of the
That's already
season.
4 losses.
No, I was just kind of jumping around, but
Oh, okay.
those are
That's
critical
not even
games. Those are
divisional.
middle
Those are
games.
divisional And you know they're going to split at least.
Yeah.
At least 2 of those games are going to split. So
Yeah.
automatically that's 6.
And that's kind of tough for them too, because let's just say hypothetically the Bills do well this season, they make the playoffs. I don't think they go further than the first round. Because having being beat up on teams like that in their schedule, because that's 5 games. That's a third of their schedule.
I mean, who knows? They might be built for like. I think they're more built for the playoffs than the regular season because they're not like they're gonna be a run focused team. I bet this year.
We'll see, man.
That's gonna be interesting, but I feel like there's gonna be a lot of run focus. And, the run is the only thing that transitions well in the playoffs. So we'll definitely see.
Yeah.
But I think like max 10-6. I mean 10-7. Max. 10-6.
After hearing that schedule, I know those are 5 losses.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
That's a
10-7.
lot of losses, man, because I
The
feel
Patriots?
the Chiefs are going to be the Chiefs.
I don't care about the Patriots, man.
No, they ain't
6
gonna-
wins. Man, that's a good year.
It's only one more team. You might well run through it real
6
quick.
wins.
Patriots got to go to the Bengals.
Come on,
They
Eric.
got to go to the 49ers.
Seriously.
They got to go to Chicago.
I wouldn't even show
I
up for
don't
those
know,
games.
Chicago would be scary, I bet. So, yeah, I won't even.
Yeah, they got to go to the Chargers. Come to them.
Chargers ain't scary no more.
Chargers not scary.
They're not as scary. I think
I don't even think Justin
Jim
Herbert's that guy. Like
Why is that? Because y'all
I don't
took they.
even-
I think Jim Harbaugh gives the same effect to the Chargers that Aaron Rodgers does to the Jets.
Huh. That's interesting, but. Huh. When we get
You
to
gotta
that
give
division, that'll
Jim
be fun to
Harbaugh,
talk
just 'cause
about.
from his coach perspective, you got to give him a year or two, man. Give him a year or two to get his team how he
He
wanted.
was in the playoffs
He's gonna run the ball a lot.
with Kaepernick.
What's that supposed to mean, man? Kaepernick was a premium QB back in that time, man.
Seen the show?
What,
The
on
movie?
Netflix?
You seen it?
The
You watched it?
I watched it
I
when it
want to
came
watch
out.
clips.
the comparison to slavery and stuff. Yeah, it was crazy.
I haven't seen it yet. All I see clips is like when he plays baseball, he's like at the hotel and they're being racist towards him.
Yeah.
Or like the braids thing.
And it's crazy because he's not even as black as Lamar Jackson.
That's not my place. It's like, hey, this is
Hey,
not my
baby, we know how you get down, man.
Well, what are you doing? All right.
That was definitely another episode.
Yeah.
T3, man. Tubby Trios, man, coming through. Episode 2. We'll be back. Episode 3, man.
Hopefully, if not next week, the week following. But
Yeah, because you know 4th of July is coming up, man.
we'll
Might have
see.
some interesting
if not,
plans.
maybe an early episode. Who knows?
Sure.
We'll
I'll
see
be
how
down.
that goes.
Yeah. We see, because we might be doing a little bit of editing, cutting up videos next week. Everybody enjoy their holidays, and we might pop up with a video. You have to be on the lookout, man. Yeah.
Well,
Episode 2.
Till next time, guys. We're T3, and we're signing off.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.